Vitamins and minerals. The more, there's a big thing about calcium. There you can go to the market and you can see all kinds of different calciums. There's some calciums that are going to be absorbed better than others. The calciums that you're going to want to get is going to be calcium citrate, a chelate, or a carbonate. That way the body will really be able to use it. It'll be in a form that it can actually connect with the other minerals. But if you have calcium, you should always have more magnesium than you have calcium. Now there's a difficulty with magnesium. Magnesium causes diarrhea when it's too much. So if you have magnesium, you have to do it slowly or else you will have diarrhea. Very interesting. In the early 80s, they had a lot of antacids. Well, one of the biggest thing that doctors recommend for calcium is Tums. But the elderly population was using antacids as a way to get their calcium. But antacids have aluminum and magnesium, and that's how they work. So they were getting aluminum, Alzheimer's, magnesium, diarrhea. Whenever they would get constipated, they go take an antacid. The problem is they were trying to use these two, magnesium and trying to, aluminum binds. So they were trying to find a way to have a stool without having to pay too high a price. And I'm telling you, when you start fiddling with the minerals, you're going to find a trade-off. So calcium, if you're going to take some of these, make sure you take a little bit more magnesium. That means you're going to have to read the label and you're going to say, oh, I can see there's a little bit more magnesium in this particular formula. B vitamins are essential. Essential. B6, B12, but they're essential throughout all the hormonal life. They are the biggest friends of hormones is the B vitamins, especially B12. But the one that's never spoken of is B17. And the reason it's not is because it's in the seeds of laetrile. And there's a big thing about how bad that is. But that particular B vitamin can prevent cancer. It can do so many things. And there's a place on the internet called gotpits.com, and it is a wonderful source to get this B17. That has been wonderful preventing breast cancer and a whole lot of things. Very good for menopausal women too. So don't forget that one. Gotpits.com. Pits. If you have trouble finding it, give me a call and or email me and I will give you the exact phone number for that. I want you to know that anything I recommend here, I have no connection to. It's just out of experience, and I have had good luck with it. I don't get anything from it, but I just want people to do well. So I'm not here to advertise, and I don't know if Santa Monica Library appreciates that either. So I'm just going to mention it in case you would like it. Laetrile. A lot of controversy over that too. Okay, C vitamin. This also, it increases adrenal function. It alleviates emotional disturbance. You don't think of that often for vitamin C, but it does. So it's another important thing when you're coming to transfer over from being able to reproduce and not. Vitamin E, but it has to be cold pressed. It regulates estrogen. It prevents hot flashes, and this is the thing that I hear a lot from women, is it reduces vaginal dryness and thinning. Because that all of a sudden with the thinner vagina, it is painful to have intercourse, and that changes their life and their relationships. So vitamin E. Vitamin D, and there's D1, 2, and 3, and they come from different sources, but the one that is most recommended is vitamin D3. So sunlight and salmon oil can get it. You don't necessarily need to get this. It's a fat-soluble vitamin, so you can take too much of it. But there's a lot of research that says that vitamin D, in general, will help depression, regulate not only hormones, but regulate one's ability to respond to stimuli. So it's a very good vitamin, but within limits. The omega-3 and 6 have to be at a ratio. They are probably, if you did one thing, if you went out of here with one thing, I would say free fatty acids, essential fatty acids are the most important for you. And that would be at this ratio of the 3 to the 6. And you can get it in fish oil, flaxseed. You can get pumpkin, sesame, safflower, and also flaxseed with omega-6. So because of this ratio, flax seeds tends to be the best. Fish oil is also quite good as well. And there's a whole lot of information on essential fatty acids that I could go into for a whole lecture, but in general, what it's going to do is it's an anti-cancer, fantastic for skin and hair. It's wonderful for those little melanoma, these basal cell carcinomas. It's wonderful for preventing them, so for that, as well as just nourishing the body in a way that can't be gotten any other way. The trick is, do not get it in pill form. You have to get it in liquid form, or you have to get it in the seed itself, and you have to grind it a little to get the oil out. But it has to be fresh oil. It won't do a job. I've already experienced trying to use caustic oil, fish oil, and it will work very minimally, but not at the level you want.